Welcome, guys. Welcome back to another episode with the Flop Squad.
FlopSquad.
Today, on this episode, we're going to be talking about, I guess, why is it so hard for us to be able to, just put our feelings out there, just to say we're not okay.
Yeah, it's true.
We're not happy.
Why don't we talk about our feelings?
Yeah.
Why don't we talk about
Why is it so
what's
hard
going
for
through our
us
minds? Yeah.
to be vulnerable, I guess? Because that's what it is, isn't it? It's like you're putting...
Yeah, definitely. Why is it so hard?
I was
be
going to say
vulnerable?
something.
Oh no. Oh no.
Maybe, but I'm not gonna say it because I know how everyone is gonna act. So I'm not gonna say anything because I'm gonna be really good. I'm not gonna say it. So,
Anyways, what were you gonna say? You're gonna say something.
well, whatever I was gonna say is over now because I'm not gonna go there because you're gonna look at me.
No. You gotta commit to it. You gotta commit to it.
Have to.
What were you gonna say? Oh no.
I'm not gonna say.
Now I need you to say it. They need you
That
to say
moment,
it.
like, it's because I was talking about why is it so hard for you to be vulnerable.
Uh-huh.
So in my head, an image of someone putting their pants down just
Oh,
popped
okay.
into my
Maybe we didn't need to mention that one. Okay. I should have known better. I should have actually known better.
Guys, why is it so hard for us just to be like...
But you know what? Why you had that thought? It's like the whole thing of like being
Yeah,
vulnerable. It's
you're
like
vulnerable.
exposing yourself in the sense of like
100%.
the whole you.
Yeah.
But
Why is it so hard? Like,
because it's
is
something.
it hard for you? Do you find it hard?
100%. I'm not gonna lie about that. I don't like being vulnerable. Like I've learned to become more and more vulnerable as I've gotten older. But like I don't like being vulnerable. I don't like being in a place where my people around me are gonna
Judge.
know the deepest, toughest parts of
Is it
me.
because they will know, or is it because you're afraid of being judged? Like,
No, I feel like I need to shield it. Like, why do they need to know
yeah.
those parts of me?
Okay.
Right? And it's like those. Like, I think there's. I mean, it depends. There's layers to this, innit? Right?
Yeah,
There's like
100%.
layers of vulnerability.
Yeah.
Like I can be vulnerable, like right
In
now
certain
on
things.
camera and tell people about like my
Yeah.
issues and what I'm going through. But like, there's probably a level of depth I'll never go on camera, speak about on camera,
Yeah.
right? In fact, there's a level of depth I'll probably never mention to my family, to my friends.
Yeah.
Even a level of depth that I will keep to myself,
Even the one that you probably wouldn't even know exists.
that I'm unconscious about.
Yeah.
That's true. So like, yeah, of course, but it's like the thing of like peeling an onion. It's like, do you want to get to the bottom?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you handle what's in the bottom?
Yeah.
Are you even aware what's in the bottom? So I don't know. I think like vulnerability is like a very complicated thing, but I don't know. I think people don't talk about their feelings because they want to shield it. They want to protect it.
See, for me, it's different. For me, it's more of like, why can I not fix it? So if I can't fix it, what's going to be the difference between that person? Do you know, it's like, for me, it's like
If
I want to
can't
be able
fix
to do it. Yeah.
So what can anyone else tell me? That
Yeah,
won't fix
that. Because like, I want to be able to do it. I want to be able to sort out my problems
it? Yeah.
without like having to like, go through A to Z, like, all these different people. Because I feel like when you spread it, like, it just becomes, it kind of like, I don't know, it just,
You become community news.
do you know what I mean? Like, and people will look at you
It's like your
different and
situation, your
also-
issue's been around the block.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone knows about it.
Yeah.
But also, do you know, there's the other side of like people, when people actually are vulnerable and they talk about their issues, and it's like she's doing it for attention.
That as well. Yeah.
She's like out
Yeah.
here talking about all her problems because she
Yeah.
wants people to feel sorry for her.
Yeah.
And it's like actually, and there's a balance, right? Some people
People
do that.
do.
People do that.
People do that.
But some people are actually genuinely vulnerable and like talk about their issues and or like what they're going through or like a tough thing that they went through because they're sharing it because like
They
A,
need that. They need
they
someone.
might need
to, like,
reassurance
give
from
them-
people,
yeah.
right? But also at the same time, they might be like, I'm going through this and I'm sure other people are. So let me share my pain and my struggle so
Yeah.
other people can learn from me and other people can experience. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, but then the reality is, the world is full of good and bad people that have a lot of opinions.
I would say the world is full of people with opinions, bad and good. Because like honestly, like you can be with someone that is good to you, but what comes out of their mouth, you'd think they were bad.
No.
That's why I was saying, like,
I'm not characterizing.
Yeah.
Characterizing.
Yeah.
That's the word. I'm not characterizing people into like good and bad. I think everyone has good and bad in them, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is though, is
That's
the
how
sense of like,
mine was it.
people have opinions. Everyone has something to say. And some people feel like their opinion is worthy of being shoved down your throat.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
It's right. I am right.
And like, this is what I think, and this is what you should be doing.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, if you don't have a filter, if you don't know how to like be like,
yeah, what's coming in?
do I need to be listening to this?
Yeah.
Is this actually useful for me?
Yeah.
Then you're gonna hurt yourself because you're gonna be every single thing somebody says to you, you're gonna be like, oh my god,
I'm gonna do this.
Oh my god, I didn't think about this.
And then you're gonna be speaking to someone else, and they're gonna give you a
Say
whole
something-
different opinion.
a
That's
complete-
also good.
The complete opposite thing. And then you start questioning yourself again.
Yep.
And you're like, and you will put yourself in a situation where like you're not filtering what's being advised to you, like, and actually like thinking about whose mouth it's coming out of.
Yeah.
What's this mouthpiece is coming out of? Is
Yeah.
it somebody that like knows me? Somebody that cares about me? Like, why are they saying what they're saying? Because I think like even getting like further into this, like, if your best friend advises you, your mother advises you, right? Or this random John down the road, right? And you ask him the same advice from those three people are gonna be very different, right? It's like your mother knows you because she raised you, but she knows a version of you, right, that not many people in this world know.
Yeah.
Right? And then your best friend, right, who's probably spent a lot of time with you and you've grown up with,
Been through your flops.
knows you, but a different version
Different. Yeah.
of everyone else knows, right?
Yeah.
And then this random guy on the road doesn't know you, right? But he has a perception of you from like the image, the person that stands in front of him,
Yeah.
the way you present yourself, the way you talk to him, right?
Yeah.
The advice from those people are going to be different, right?
100%.
And none of those advices are wrong, right? But none of them are right either,
Yeah.
right? It's being able to be like, this person is telling me to do this because it's coming from this lens,
Yeah.
right? And filtering like actually like why they're saying what they're saying, right?
Yeah.
And how does what they're saying make you feel? Do you feel like it's important, right? And so like, and we don't do that enough at all. We don't
It's
actually
funny,
do that
like,
enough.
It's funny how you say like why they're saying what they're saying. Like for me, like when I'm filtering, like I don't ask myself why are they saying what they're saying, unless like it's someone close to me, unless I'm getting like, vibes from them, like the way they're speaking sounds like they're trying to, there's more to it than just what they're saying. That's when I ask myself, why do you think they're saying what they're saying? But if not, I don't even ask myself why they're saying what they're saying. I just ask myself like, how can I put this into my life? Like, how is that going to improve me? And if I can't answer that, then I just ignore it sideways. It's like focusing on things like that I can't control. If someone tells me that, maybe you need to change the way you talk.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough, but why? Like, what about the way I talk triggers you? If it's because you're just, it's like we were talking, like, it's like knowing who to talk to, like knowing how to talk with, depending on who you're dealing with. You can't be like, being a boss lady to everyone else. Because not a lot of people will take that energy.
I have that same conversation with everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, it's more of like, it's not even like why they're saying what they're saying. It's more of like, how can I put that into my life? And if I can't, then don't even think about it anymore. Like, just move on. Like, it's something like you can't leave it in. Like, it needs to go.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's a lot of things that are going through your head. You don't need that extra that will just, weigh you down. Because whether we want to believe it or not, by the time you get to your house, you get to your bed, what is it you're going to be doing? Thinking about everything that's happened throughout the whole day. All the things people said. And you don't want that. So it's best for you to just delete it out of the way, which of course is easier said than done.
Exactly.
But
so still gonna be doing that.
yeah, well,
still gonna be doing that.
I know you. I know you. Like, I feel like I've kind of like slowly learned to just like be able like to switch it. Like it's out of my head. Like I don't even bother. If I cannot control it, like if it's something like, oh, that person doesn't like me, or I don't know, it's someone's opinion and I don't agree with it. Like I don't even bother like thinking about it anymore. Like it's out of my head. I feel like it's a lot harder like when it's family.
Okay.
Because for me, it's like, they should know better. They should know better.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't feel that. Because I'm like, I think I expect it. So I'm like, do you know what the thing is, right?
Yeah,
it's the thing of like,
you expect it.
no,
like,
I expect it because like, here's the thing, right? I know almost like 70-80% of the time, right? Like I've known you so long that like I know exactly what you're gonna say before I asked you, but I'm gonna ask you anyways, right?
Yeah.
So and then, but when you say something that I don't like, I know that you said like why you said it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I expected it because I knew what you were gonna say. And it's the same thing with family, right? I can tell my mum like, oh, mum, I'm doing this, and if she doesn't like it, I already know she's not gonna like it.
Yeah.
I already know the kind of advice she's gonna give me, but I'm gonna tell her anyways. I'm gonna give her the ability to say it.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna filter it through the sense of like, she's saying this because she cares about me, and she doesn't see the vision that I see, right? Or like she's only saying this because she's heard about this experience, right? And she's worried that I'm gonna go down that route. Like, so I filter it through like, this is why she's thinking the way she's thinking. She's not saying it to bring me down. She's not saying it to like upset me, but actually it's you know, like the one thing I remember, like in the beginning of like my career and like when I started like running for positions, right? And like if you remember, like in the beginning, like there was like a whole media storm, like things were left before they ever were good for me, right? And like I remember that made me think, my mum was like, I don't want you to do this. She was like, I don't want you to do this work. I know you think it's important. I know you like are passionate about it. And I know you love it, but you don't understand that you're putting yourself in a harmful position. Right? And like I had to explain to my mum like that. I know I am doing that, but I'm doing that knowingly. I'm not blinded by the fact that like I'm putting myself in a dangerous position, right? I'm being like,
it's a risk.
Death threats, attacks. Like I know I was doing it knowingly. And my mom didn't realize that. I feel like she felt like I was her little girl. Like she didn't realize that
I don't think she was even seeing. I think she was just seeing like the hurt that would happen if something.
She wanted to protect me from that hurt. 100%. She wanted to protect me from being like dragged across the press, like, you know, like questioning like myself and XYZ. Do you know what I mean? Because she's seen it. She's seen it to happen to other people. So, but the thing is, right, I knew why she was saying what she was saying, right? But I didn't let it affect me or stop me. Do you know what I mean? Because to me, it was what I was doing was more important. But did I take on what she said? Absolutely. Did it play on the back of my mind? Actually, the reason that I almost left politics was because of my mother's conversation, right? Because I knew that it wasn't just going to affect me, it was going to affect my entire family. Right? Everything you do like trickles down to the people around 100%. You. It does. It affects everybody. So I was conscious about that so much that I was like...
because it wasn't just about you anymore.
Nah, so it's not.
And that's what, I guess that plays even harder.
A huge role because like you have a sense of responsibility, right? And I think the other thing was like that terrified me was, do I know myself enough to do this? Right? When you step into like new territory, right, a new space where nobody knows what you're going through because nobody that looks like you, that talks like you has ever been there, who do you talk to? There was things I couldn't talk to you about. Like, you know me, but you don't know what I was going through. So I was like, there was no point of explaining it to you. Right? Because it was like, first of all, explaining it to you for me was like reliving the pain that I was going through.
That's a good, I'm glad you're going there because like, how did you process for that? Like, because you couldn't talk to anyone. Like, you're putting yourself in that position where like, you're locking yourself in like, I can't talk to anyone. But couldn't you really talk to anyone? Like, was there actually like a barrier there?
Or I think it was more of like, I didn't want to explain to you what I was going through. Right?
Why?
And I was like, because it was just, because I didn't even understand it. Like, I was like, it was like, I knew that I was like going through a lot of like difficulty, right? And I knew, and it was like going through difficulty in the sense of like, you know, you're getting like death threats, racist remarks, like you know, all of that experience, right? And then you have like the side of the fact that like you have the pressure and everyone like looking up to you and be like, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna move forward? What's next? What's Zamzam doing? And I felt this crazy pressure, right? And then I got to a point where like, do I know myself enough, right, to navigate this space confidently, right? And then there was like another layer of it being a Muslim woman, right? And be like, as in my faith, right, we believe that when you take up a position of leadership, right, you take on a responsibility like of the ummah, right? And like actually everything you do, everything you say represents like Muslims on a wider scale, right? And so like to me it was like this I put this huge like boulder on my back, right? and I was afraid to tell anyone about it.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was like two things. It's like, one, she can't hack it. I was like, I didn't want anyone to think I can't hack it. Right?
The moment you make it real,
Yeah.
you say it, you make it real, and then it's like that. I can't do it.
But that's the thing. It was the fact that like maybe I was convincing myself that I could do it, and then I wasn't admitting to myself that I'm struggling, right? But also I didn't want people to think that I couldn't hack it. I didn't want people to start looking at me being like worried. Oh, Zamzam's really struggling.
Yeah.
I don't think she can take the pressure, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, and I just had to put on a face.
It's
I
like,
didn't want to
guys,
talk to
everything
anyone.
is good here. Don't worry about it.
Everything's great.
Keep moving.
I'm doing great. And it was like, do you know what? And I think what started to grind on me, Nadia, oh my God, is when people will be like, you're such a strong woman. You're such a strong black woman, you know? And internally I'd be like, I'm not. I'm falling apart.
And no one can see.
And nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody can see.
Yeah.
I'm barely holding it together.
Yeah.
But like everybody's looking at me, be like, you are so outspoken. You're such a, incredible leader, and you're doing amazing things. You're such an inspiration. And I'm like, oh my God, if you only knew
what was happening.
If you only knew the pain that I'm going through, right?
It's funny, like, now that you said that, like, when people, like, when you see people, do you look at them and think, is there something going on more than what they're showing? 100%. I feel like I do that a lot as well.
100%.
I feel like it kind of like makes me like be able like to relate to people.
Yeah.
Because it's like, as in like, I might not know you, but I'm looking at you right now and I'm thinking, is there something going on that I don't know? Because I feel like we all been through that,
Yeah.
Going through stuff and we're not able to tell people.
Yeah.
So I feel like when I think that way, I feel like I'm able to relate.
Yeah,
to
definitely.
someone.
No, but that's the thing. That's what it is. It's like when it's hard to tell people when you convince yourself they don't understand.
Yeah.
And actually, like, for me, I had to learn that you don't have to understand.
Yeah, 100%. It's
right?
just putting it out there.
Exactly. That's what it was. It was like, actually, like, I can talk to people.
Yeah.
And like, they don't need to understand me. They just need to listen.
Yeah.
They just need to be there, right?
Yeah,
they need to offer me the comfort that I need.
Yeah.
And I think that's something I had to learn.
And that's it. That's actually really cool. What you just said is like, after you've told them, can you tell people how to handle it after? Like how to handle you after?
100%.
Because I feel like a lot of people don't know that. Like they don't know how to express like, right, I'm going to talk to you and this is what's going to happen after. Yeah. And we're going to go from there.
Yeah, 100%. Don't try to advise me because you don't understand.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? So actually, like...
But it's like you knowing how to take care of yourself so you're able to tell people how to take care of you.
Yeah. Being able to filter that. Because honestly, if you're telling somebody, oh, I'm struggling with this is happening, right? Like, in that moment, right, I am wanting to talk about it because I'm processing it. As I'm talking to you, I'm processing it. Yeah. I'm trying to understand what's going on, right? So I'm not coming to you for solutions, right? The last thing I want you to hear is for you to be like, okay, so you need to do this, and then you need to do this, and then you need to do that. It's like, bro, you don't know my world. So don't start telling me how I should react to this situation, that situation, right? If I come to you like, actually, I've been going through this, but like this particular situation, I need to handle it, right? These are my ideas. Like, what do you think? Like, that's a different approach. We're having a different conversation. But if somebody's been really vulnerable and open and like struggling with something, right? Then the last thing they really want to hear, honestly, sometimes like people do advise, but like honestly, is like just somebody to listen.
Yeah, 100%.
Somebody to listen and somebody to reassure them and remind them of like
they're not alone.
They're not alone. They're not there by themselves, right? And it's like and that just means like being in your company. Like, honestly, I remember like there was times where I still remember there was a day where I broke down. Like, literally nobody knew. And I had an event and I was traveling the next day and I was like doing some press, like literally when I literally like the Guardian were doing like an article and they were downstairs and I was in like disabled toilets in the office and I did an event that morning. I had another event that I had to prepare for, and then there was like an interview, and then I was flying out the next day. I hadn't packed my stuff. Like, it was just a lot of stuff was happening in my life. Yeah. And it was like very early on, right? And like, and I was like, I literally just froze up. And my dad died. So remember, I came back to work like 2 weeks after my dad died. I was like, yeah, I need to get back into work, right? Yeah. And then I went into the toilet and I broke down. I was crying, like uncontrollably crying. Yeah. Right? And I'm like, I need to get my shit together. I need to stop crying.
It's like you're crying, but at the same time, it's like you're trying to.
And I call my cousin. I literally call my cousin. I call Soph, right? And I'm like, and she just hears me crying. And then she starts talking to me about the most random thing. We start having literally the most random conversation, right? She knows I'm crying,
great, yeah.
but she's not engaging in the fact that I'm crying.
Yeah.
She knows that she's not with me right now, so she can't like allow me to vent, right? And she knows I'm in work, right? And she knows also I'm the kind of person that doesn't like to cry in public, right?
Yeah.
So she starts talking to me about random. We have a random conversation. I don't even know what it was about, right? And it completely takes my mind off, like
what you're going through,
why I was upset, or like the fact that I was upset, right? And and then we start talking, and I start laughing, and then she's like, "I'm gonna pick you up after work, right? We'll go out to eat. We'll go to our favorite place. We'll go get coffee, like, and I'm like looking forward to something now, and like my mind's off it, and then like wipe myself down, and then I go down and go and do my interview, right?
Like nothing happened.
And
It's
like,
amazing, isn't it?
And like nobody knew at that point. And actually, and the thing I appreciate about her as well was like literally when I met her that night, and I didn't bring it up, she didn't bring it up, and I was so glad she didn't bring it up.
Yeah,
I was so glad, because at that moment she did exactly what I needed her to do. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
and then after, she didn't put me pressure to tell her. Yeah, why I was so upset,
what happened. Yeah,
why I was struggling. Right.
Yeah.
She waited for me to do it myself. And be like, this is what I was going through, and this is like why I was processing it, right? Yeah. And I think, and I think that's what you need, right?
Yeah,
you need people
100%.
that are able to like understand that like
it isn't about them.
Yeah, that right there.
And we always make it about ourselves.
It's not about you. It's about that person. Yeah. Right? And so whatever they want to tell you, however they want to navigate it, leave it to them.
Yeah, don't get involved.
100%.
Don't put yourself in that bubble. But it's funny, but it's weird like how we always are trying, like every time like we find like, you know, a friend comes to us and like I'm going through this, we're always ready with an advice. Yeah. And it's always an advice that doesn't work with us. That we probably don't even use it, but it sounds good. And we tell them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true.
It's so annoying.
And it comes from a good place.
It does.
It comes from a good
place.
At
that time, like you don't care where it's coming from. You're just like, why on earth?
You're thinking to yourself, this sounds like really good advice. I should really tell them this.
Yes, exactly.
You're like,
exactly.
This is in your head, like this is what they need to hear.
Yeah, right? Because like you're not really listening to what's going on. Like it's like that. I'm sure it was you. Someone told me like, no, I read it somewhere that when you're talking to someone, you're literally you're not listening. You're getting ready
to respond.
Yeah,
we had that conversation before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like we're not actually listening to people anymore. Like nowadays, it's more like we're just ready to, like to put it out there and like, you know, this is my opinion. Yeah. And you have your opinion and full stop. And it's like no, like we need to have a conversation. 100%. I'm not saying you're gonna believe in what I believe in, but can we actually have a conversation where I say something and you carry on with what I said, and then I'll carry on with what you said, and then like we're gonna actually reach somewhere. Like we're actually gonna like have a moment where you're gonna be quiet and you're gonna be thinking because you're processing the whole thing, and then you're gonna reply.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
The people don't know how to actively listen.
They don't
at all.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, like I'm 100% like we've all been there. 100%. We
all do the same thing all the time.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yep.
Somebody starts talking, you're preparing how to respond.
Yes.
In your head, you're like, she's saying this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna respond with this. Keep it up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna bring this up.
But what if I say this?
And I mean, like,
literally, you're literally planning the conversation in your head.
Like, actually, what you should be doing is like really listening and be like, okay. And sometimes even asking questions and be like,
yes.
But wait, why did you say that?
And that's when I know, like, I feel like that's when I know, like, the person is talking to me. It's like when you ask me a question, because when you're asking me a question, like you're continuing the conversation that I'm having with you.
Yeah. You're actually listening.
Exactly. You're not giving me your opinion.
Something in that context didn't make sense to you, so you want to understand further. Like, why did you say that?
Before you give me your opinion, you want to understand exactly what I was saying.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like I feel like people don't do that.
No.
And I feel like that's probably like one of the reasons why I feel like it's so hard for people to be able to put their feelings out there, because it's like you don't know how the other person is going to react.
100%.
It's like, are they going to like stop talking to me? Yeah. Are they going to judge me? Are they going to like, you know, make me feel a type of way? Because sometimes like they don't want to make you feel that way. But because once it's out there, like you just kind of like, you know, you feel like, oh, maybe I was weak to do that. Maybe like, you know, I don't know, weak, or, you know, some men tend to feel like weak after they open up to someone. Yeah. They feel like, oh, maybe I should have said that. You know, like, why did I say that?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like,
I'm not gonna lie to you, we play a part in that, being like that nigga emotional. Fuck. We do it to ourselves, even to our friends. Actually, we're like, oh yeah, somebody like, do you know like people that overshare? You have like friends that like share like a lot, like, oh yeah,
Guy
I'm
friends,
going through this,
yeah.
I'm going through this, I'm going through this.
I
And
know.
it's like, oh, so emotions, emotions. And I think it's a terrible thing that we do.
It is a terrible
right?
thing.
It's actually if somebody trusts you with the most vulnerable, like that's a worthy thing. Like
Yeah, 100%.
I've always genuinely found like a lot of like love and respect when people have talked me to the side and been like, I'm going through this and I would like I want you to hear me out and advise me. Like, to me that's like a huge thing. Like, I'm actually like that's like a big token in our friendship. Like, you're telling me you trust me with this thing that's really big and vulnerable for you. Like, and you want to hear how I would deal with that. Like, that's huge. So actually the reality is that like we downplay being vulnerable. We do joke about it all the time.
Especially with guys. Like, I feel like with girls, we're like, oh,
yeah, we
that's
allow it.
normal.
We allow it more, yeah.
But with guys, it's like, bro, why are we doing this? Like, let's not do this right now. And it's like, it's weird. And it's that thing where, like, you shouldn't be feeling that way.
Yeah,
like, why are you feeling that way? Like, why are you not, it's not even brave enough, but why aren't you men enough to be able to face that and just be like,
and deal with it.
F it. I'm going to carry on.
Deal with it.
Be
a man.
Which is stupid.
That is so toxic.
Which is stupid because
stupid.
we get into relationships and we're like, why don't you talk more?
Nah,
what's this?
That's not even true. You know what? We actually do. We say that. We say that, but when we get it, we're like, that's the last thing you want. Oh my god. You know what? I think it's actually very true. Do you know what the funny thing is? Yeah, like, side story. I remember this guy I was talking to, right, and he would consistently verbalize how he felt all the time about everything, and I found it so annoying. I literally did.
But I guess that's different though. That's like the guys obviously like,
I'm just feeling like
yeah,
it's
like, sounds like a guy that is
like,
obviously
you have
like,
a lot of feelings. How about today we don't feel?
but I feel like,
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
but it's the truth though. Like, it's the truth.
No, but it was like,
because you want to be able to have that balance. Like, there are moments where, and it's not just with men, like with girls as well. Like, there are moments that, okay, we're gonna talk about feelings, but there are moments we're just like, we're chilling. Like, we don't wanna go like through the whole like,
yeah, we don't have vulnerable conversations every day.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I feel like people tend to look at women as like, oh, they're just emotional, and it's like, nah, like, you do have women like that are just normal. And I would say, like,
I mean, I actually don't. I think that's even wrong to say that. I don't think there is a normal.
True. Okay. They're just chilling, like, they're chilled. They're not always in their feelings.
In different ways, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
That's what it is.
But I feel like people have that image of like women that they just like, they're always emotional. Like, they just can't control themselves. And I'm like, that's not true. Like, of course we can. I think everyone can. The same way you have men that obviously, are into their feelings as much as any woman would be.
No, definitely.
if not more. You also have, women that are not really into that. Like, they probably find it like really hard to be able to, put it out there. This is how I feel. Especially like, I feel like depending like how your upbringing was, how your mother was towards you, I feel like that tends to like,
that's so true.
Proper like be like, okay, this is how I deal with stuff.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with my mom, she's always been very like, everything is fine. I don't think I ever seen my mom be like, oh,
no,
I'm not like, like I'm going through this problem right now, and like, how do I deal with it? Like I don't know what's happening. Like, I don't think I've ever seen my mom like vulnerable. Like, I've seen her angry, I've seen her upset, I've seen her like crying because like she was angry, but like I don't feel like I ever seen her like, this is like I'm low.
Yeah.
Like I'm down. Like I'm not.
I've never seen that either.
Exactly. So do you see what I mean? So because like you don't really have that. Like, and I feel like with my mom, with me, she was always like very like, you got this. Like, I don't want to hear any of this excuses. You got this. You go out there and you do something. And with my brother, she's always been like, this is my baby. How's my baby? Like, how? I'm not saying that she doesn't do that to me, but what I'm saying is,
she's a lot softer to him.
Yes, when it comes down to it, for me, like, it's like, you got this. Like, I'm relying on you to carry on with this.
Yeah.
And my brother is like, he's my baby. It's fine. And I feel like in Angola, like, I see that a lot. Yeah. Like, the women are the ones like, the mothers are like, get on with it. you know, if he's doing this, who cares? Move on. And with the guy, is like, oh, he's my baby. He's my baby
but that's
boy.
the thing. I don't know if this is the right saying, but like mothers raise their daughters
Yes.
and baby their sons.
Yes.
And it's true.
100%.
100%.
Like,
They're
believe
given different type of like love, and they're dealt with things differently. But I think the opposite side to that is that like they're not given the same space to be able to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And talk about their feelings.
Yeah.
And talk about like their struggles. Whereas like actually, as a girl, you are. Like we have those conversations with our mothers and like and the women in our lives. We talk about like difficulty to get together. Do you know what I mean? But like, do you know what I think is like never spoken about is like I'm the daughter of like Somali refugees, right? Like my parents fled a civil war, and actually a lot of like young people, like a lot of like migrants, like came, like our parents came here through traumatic experiences, right? Like overnight, their homes, their cities, like they fled everything they loved, everything they knew, right? They left loved ones behind, loved ones died, right? And they came here and they completely started scratch. It doesn't matter whether you were a doctor, it doesn't matter whether you were a lawyer, like you started scratch. You was a nobody when you came here. And so they had like their heart ripped out from them, right?
And they were not given a chance.
No.
And I think a lot of them didn't want to be given that chance. It's like, I want to just carry on.
But to them, it was like, they were in survival mode, Nadia.
Yeah,
they ran from a war.
Yeah.
There were people being like, there was bombs dropping in their cities, right? And they left their parents behind. Some of them left families members behind, right?
Yeah.
And to start fresh, right? And it was like for them to continue on the family, the life, and when you think about that, that is crazy.
It is.
That's not that long ago.
Yeah, it is.
You know? And so our parents came here with nothing, right? And everything they do is from that mentality.
Yeah.
They never dealt with that trauma, right? And that trauma continues and they pass that on to us.
Yeah.
Because they are afraid.
100%.
Because they remember what it was like when everything was fine yesterday.
Yeah.
And today the world is falling apart.
Yeah.
So they live in that like pain, that struggle.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that's why we don't talk about these things at all. And like one of the things we always say, I always joke about like Somalis are like the least affectionate human beings. And like, and we don't talk about like feelings. We don't talk about like, it's properly ingrained in the sense of like, if somebody is like talking about they're soft, there's something, you know, they talk too much, like they've got a big mouth. It's not something we do, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, but how can we be when we've been taught, when we've had to be resilient?
Yeah.
Like, and even like going further back, like where we come from a country, like a continent, right, that has continuously been stripped of its identity, right?
Yeah.
Its roots, its resources, right? And like that is trauma. Like that is just generational trauma.
Yeah.
That's just compounded.
Yeah.
And that's just been moved from person to person to person, right? That is a pain.
And you don't even realize you have it.
Like I think all our parents need to be taking to counselling.
Yeah.
They need to sit down and talk it through.
But I feel
none of them have.
Do you think they would do it though? Because I feel like
No,
I feel
not.
like it's like I remember my grandma, like she talks about it, like but I feel like with my family, everyone's just a bloody joker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
but we also do that
no
though.
Joke.
We joke about pain. We genuinely joke about like
I'm not saying like you have to
things
take
that you've
it
been through.
seriously, because I feel like we can joke about it, whatever, but like inside you, there has to be like a reality check. There has to be like, yeah, fair enough, fun, but do you realize
this is crazy?
This is what you've been through, and that's probably why you're feeling the way you're feeling. Because like my grandma, when she had her fourth daughter, it was a civil war in Angola, and she was literally giving birth while there was bombs and all sorts going out. And my auntie, we always joke with her because like she's the most like the one that takes everything personal, like the very touchy, and like she went through in Angola. She was born there, and in Angola she was the white girl, even though she wasn't white. And in Portugal, she was the black girl. And it was like, she has like this whole like race thing that, you know, like, I feel like everything that happens in her life, she takes it personal. And like, and then when you go back to like the way she was put into this earth. Like, it was crazy. You know, my grandma was going through something. You know, like, she was hiding under a bed and, like, giving birth at the same time.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
what kind of trauma did that child get from all that?
Yeah.
Because I'm just saying about that moment. What about before? Because there was war going on before. You know, like, and I feel like people, and we laugh about it and stuff like that, but when we look at her, like, I think there is some kind of like trauma that we don't see.
No, I'm saying.
And not
like,
just with
the
my
way,
aunt,
the way
like,
we
with
deal with
all of
trauma is like,
Yeah.
oh, you went through something really difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, well, strap up, put your back on, and keep on riding.
Which 100%, like, I believe that, because I feel like when you let it soak for too long, this become a bit mushy, and like, there's nothing you can do with that.
Yeah.
But it's more of like you being able, like, to, like, this is your reality.
Yeah.
Let me sort it out. Like, what can I do now to help me? And do I want to do something to help me?
Yo, but you know what it is, Nadia? You can't
it's not
sort something out that you don't even know.
Yeah, it's not like
our parents don't
ABC,
realize
yeah.
they're
100%.
they're traumatized.
I mean, I say it to my mom all the time.
Yeah, but they don't realize it.
I mean, she doesn't believe me.
Exactly, 100%.
It's like
Doesn't
it goes psh,
over her head, literally, 100%.
and like, when I say, like, there's certain things that, like, the way you act, like,
Yeah,
I feel like you've transmitted something into me. Like this isn't the fear that I have right now. It's not mine.
yeah, I hear that.
Because, like, in my head, there's no reason for me to feel this way. So why am I feeling this way?
Yeah. Why are you making me feel some type of way?
Yeah, do you know? And so when I hear her talking, when I hear that, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely from you. Because, like, this fear that I have, like, it's all like.
But that's
it's
the thing,
all
though.
what you've been
That's
through.
what it is. We're like accumulation of the people around us,
Yeah.
the environment around us,
Yeah.
like everything, like every single thing that, like, we've seen, been through, been around since the day we was born, is who we are.
Yeah.
Right. And so, like, even things that are in our subconscious that we don't even realize, right?
Yeah.
It's triggering. We don't
Yeah.
even realize it upsets us, right?
Yeah.
It's just there, and you can't deal with it unless you allow yourself to actually seek help and
Yeah.
talk to. Honestly, like, the reality is, I feel like everyone probably needs, like, some form of counseling. And
Yeah.
everybody.
I feel like nowadays, like, everyone is going through something.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
Like, and I'm not just saying about, like, depression or anxiety or whatever. Like, I'm just talking about, like, we're not able to, like, to separate. You know, maybe today wasn't a good day to, oh, I have depression.
Yeah.
It's like, it's okay for you not to have good days. Actually, it's not okay. Because, like, you need to ask yourself, why you're not having a good day? If it's because
No, it's okay not to have a good day.
No, if it's because
okay
Johnny,
not to have a good day.
Nah, if it's because Johnny
Everyone can
said
have shit
something
days.
to you that you didn't like, I mean, come on.
And it upset you, that's cool.
Come
Be
on,
upset.
just smack Johnny.
No, you're
and
allowed
move
to have
on.
bad days. You're actually allowed to have bad days.
Do you know,
we can't expect life to be good every day.
I understand where you're coming from, but I'm talking in a sense of, like, there's no reason, in a sense of, like, if, like I said to you, like, if you had a good day throughout the whole day and then Johnny comes in and Johnny annoys you, that's not a good reason for you to have a bad day. And a lot of people, that happens to them.
But no, I can wake up in the morning, right, and just be like, I feel like shit, and that day is gonna be a shit day.
That's what I mean.
That's all right.
But that's what I mean. That's crazy. Like, I don't think, like, I don't feel like that's something like that, because I feel like that's us, like, connecting too much with what's happening in our heads. And I feel like there has to be a certain separation of, like, fair enough, you're not feeling well, but guess what? Let's carry on. Because if there's no reason for you to feel the way you're feeling, if it's because of what happened yesterday, then you need to sort it out now and move on to that.
I don't know. I think you're oversimplifying it, love.
No, it's not.
I think you are.
And I'm speaking from experience. Like, it's not about simplifying. Like,
Your experiences.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like, there are days, like you said, like, 100, like, I wake up and I'm just like, what on earth?
Yeah.
But it's like, right, Nadia, why do you feel this way?
I'm like,
There's no reason. Okay, there's no reason. Then guess
like,
what, girl? Get over yourself and move on.
But no, you don't have to. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, let me.
But I feel like you have to, because
like,
I feel
a
like
couple of weeks ago, I woke up literally. I remember I was going out with the squad, and, like, I woke up literally the FlopSquad. I woke up and I was just angry that day. I was in a foul mood that day, and I couldn't explain why. I don't know why.
Yeah,
right?
just separate yourself from it.
Shut up.
I do it all the time.
And then, right? Because you're oversimplifying this, right? But like, I did my work. I ate breakfast. I went out with my friends. And I knew in my mind I was off that day. I just wasn't feeling like myself, right?
Yeah.
But like, I wasn't. But it was like realizing, actually, Nadia, the reality is, yeah, some days you're gonna wake up, you're gonna feel great. Some days you're gonna wake up, and you're gonna feel shit.
But I don't want to be
Hormone
going up
levels,
and down. That's my
bro,
point. It's like,
that's just the way our bodies work.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say.
I can't be like,
that's the way
okay,
your body works.
So I'm not feeling happy
like
today,
you know me.
So I'm gonna remove myself from myself and put myself here.
No, it's not about removing yourself
we don't
from
want
yourself.
The bad energy. We're gonna put the bad
It's
energy.
not about removing yourself from
it doesn't
yourself.
make sense.
It's about separate. Like it doesn't make sense because like I feel like you've not done it. But I'm saying from experience, like I've done this. Like you know me. And I think like people that work with me, they know I'm not that kind of person. Like if there's no reason for me to be feeling like shit at the moment, like,
girl,
then
listen,
like I'm literally gonna separate.
Our hormones
like,
be all over the place.
You're talking about hormones.
Yeah.
Is different, Sam. Like that's you're talking about being on your period and like that's like chemicals.
You don't even have to be on your period. You could be like coming onto your periods, yeah, and your life is,
but that's what I'm saying. Like that's different. Like there's obviously something else working against you.
Yeah. Of course, there's always a reason. There's always a reason.
Yeah,
but what
and
the point I'm trying to make though is
that kind of things is different.
The point I'm trying to make.
Even that I've like I told you, like my period has changed so much from like from first in the beginning to now. Like I remember like I was an emotional wreck. Like I was eating my food, crying because I was eating my food. I was feeling so bloated. Like I just could not handle myself. But like nowadays, like honestly, like I know straight away. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not saying you're not gonna feel a type of way. What I'm saying is knowing that you're feeling a type of way, but not allowing yourself to get involved in your life. I think like
no,
in your
absolutely.
day.
100%. That's what I'm saying. So,
and that's what I'm
But you
saying.
know how I deal with it, right? I deal with it in the sense of like, yeah, we're gonna fight. I deal with it in the sense of like, I'm allowed to have bad days and good days. And like, it's actually like, if I start to think to myself like, oh my God, I feel bad today. Why do I feel bad today? I'll get to a space where like, I will get consumed in the bad and not just go about my day. Right? Because it's just, I think it's just like
and that's why I say like
a mood, like a feeling.
The moment you say like you're allowed, I feel like you're allowing that whatever you're feeling to take over. And that's why I say like you shouldn't like say I allow.
I still went out with my friends. If I did allow it to take over, I wouldn't have.
Yeah, you went out with your friends,
I
but
would have
your
pretended
head,
to be sick.
Your head was like,
I would have been no.
I
I was just being really snappy. I was being really bitchy.
Do you see what I mean? And that's what I mean. Like when you say you allow yourself, because it's like me. If I wake up and I'm not like 100%.
I mean, you're gonna get the good, bad, and the ugly with me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm having an off day,
but when I'm doing
I'm a little bit snappy.
But if I do this, I'm not doing it.
Comes with the package.
No, but I'm not doing it for the people.
Yeah.
I could care less how you feel. I'm talking about me, like how I feel, because I know when I'm 100%, the way I see things is 100%. If I'm like low and if I'm like in my head,
Nadia, you're talking as if you have like this whole self-certainty about yourself that in reality nobody has.
Nobody has doesn't mean nobody can have.
Nobody can have like that kind of level of.
I don't believe in that.
Individual
listen, all I'm saying is that's what I'm working towards.
That she's like,
that is what I'm working.
The lights have been switched off. But let me go switch the light on.
What is the point of us having this big ass brain if it doesn't allow us to actually have control of what's happening around us, be able to manage? Why can I not be able to be like, do you know what? Let me switch today. I'm gonna be this way. You know what? Let me switch. Do you know, like
I think your biggest issue is you try to control things that
I'm not controlling. I'm managing. No, I'm not controlling some. The moment you control something, you're taking the power, and it makes no sense. You can't. You know that you can't.
Let me tell you something.
I'm talking about managing. I'm talking about when I say this is how I feel. I woke up today and this is how I feel, and I ask myself, right, is there a reason you're feeling this way? And you don't know, and I put it at the side. I'm managing.
We're saying the same thing then.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
But you're
framing it in a way though that it's like it's easy as like switching on a light. That's what I'm trying to disagree with you on.
But for me, it is like that though, and that's what I'm trying to say to you.
That's not true. I know you.
But it is. Exactly. You know me. When did you ever see me? Yeah, be snappy or whatever. No, go on. Be honest. No. Be honest. Be honest.
Girl, you trying to tell me you were snappy?
Be honest.
But you know what? Your everyday mood is.
That's what I'm telling you.
But no, the reality. No, the thing is, right, Nani. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, when you're having a bad day, right? Like the only thing I'm trying to say is that, like, of course you have to navigate. So, like, why are you having a bad day? Why are you feeling the way you're doing? But like, also, if it makes you happy to stay at home, stay at home. If like, I'm just saying, like, the thing is, right, don't overthink things to the
I don't overthink.
to the point. I'm not talking about you, Nadia. I'm generalizing it, okay? Because you're perfect.
Not really. I'm not
Trying to
perfect.
make it out like you are.
No, but I'm not. I'm
like,
just saying, like,
I do this.
no, it's not that I'm saying I'm perfect. Like, I feel like you're not understanding, like, what I'm saying. What I'm saying
You
is,
understand
like,
the words coming out
don't,
of my mouth.
I don't want to be like, I don't want to be up and down on my emotions. Like, I don't like that. You know, and if I can manage my emotions as just, you know.
But you're human. Oh, you're not?
What, when you say you're human, what do you mean? Like, that I can't manage, that I'm like, I cannot do something as manage my
things
emotions.
that are out of your control.
Yeah, things that are out of my control, that's outside. I'm talking about the inside. I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about the outside, Sam.
But
Out of my control is outside.
Things
Outside
will
100%.
affect inside.
No, things outside will affect inside if I allow to affect inside. And that's why we say we have to filter things when, you know, we're taking opinions, when we're telling, you know, when we're going through feelings. Like, we have to learn to filter. And that's what I mean. Like, we need to learn to filter, because there's not a point of me, like, going through what I'm going through, and then Johnny comes and Johnny, you know, annoys me, and then it goes all down the drain.
Yeah. But that's not.
That's me giving a lot of power to Johnny.
No, 100%.
Johnny ain't got that power.
Johnny ain't got that power.
Kill Johnny.
Whoa.
Sorry, don't kill Johnny.
We're not advocating for murder here. But, like,
Kill
on a
Johnny.
serious, Johnny shouldn't have that much power over you in the first place.
And that's what, yeah, but it's easier for you to say that when you're not able to manage. Because when you're not able to manage, Johnny has a lot of power.
You're moving like feelings, or like these coins that can be moved from here to here. Do you know? That's what I'm trying to say. The point I'm trying to make.
I feel like.
Okay, but like, okay, Nadia Marisa Rosemaya.
100%.
Right? The point I'm trying to make here is that, like, even if you figured out how to navigate,
I haven't figured out, but
bro,
yeah, go on.
You literally said I figured it out. So
no, I'm saying that's how I deal with it.
They talk
because for you might be different.
Let me get my point across.
Go on.
Okay, because Nadia's figured it out. I'm saying is, yeah, it's a lot more complex than, like, being able to be like, this is why I feel like this, so I'm gonna do this, right? I'm not gonna allow outside things to impact inside things, right? Because there are multiple factors, multiple things, right? Sometimes things that are in your unconscious that are triggered by things, right? Or, like, you're upset for reasons you don't even realize you're upset. Like, I've been upset sometimes, right? Not knowing why I was upset, right? And then months later realized that's why I was upset, right? And it's something that, like, is so unconscious that you don't even know at the time that why it's affecting you. Do you get it? So the point I'm trying to make, Nadia, is that, like, we can't oversimplify things, right? But it's like, so that's what I'm saying. It's okay that sometimes when you don't understand something, it's okay.
Yeah, 100%. When you don't understand, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. If you don't understand why you're upset, put it to the side. Don't allow it to leak into your.
Don't put it to the side. Live through it. You don't need to be like, oh.
I don't want to live. Listen, if I do not understand what's Garaka lacking,
if
I will not live through it. I will put it.
Cry.
Like, I will put it to the side. I will put it to the side.
Smack Johnny. Do what you need to do.
Do you know? Yeah.
I will support you.
100%. Like, if it makes you feel good, go for it. But the reality of the situation is, energy levels, I feel like you'll be wasting a lot. At least.
I disagree.
Really, because but back then you're tired, you're annoyed still when you get home.
I don't know.
You've not sorted anything.
I don't know.
And there we are.
You need to get it off your system, innit, sometimes.
Yeah, get it off your system is one thing. You living, like, just diving in on something that, like, you don't know.
No. I'm not talking about diving in, though. I'm talking about, like just being like, I'm upset and it's okay.
Just leave me alone.
Yeah, like, I want to be in a space by myself. That's what I'm saying.
And that's it, like,
deal with it.
And like, for me,
Deal with it in that moment.
For me, it's more of that thing of, like, I feel like when you allow yourself, when you, like, let yourself do that, it's like, this is for me, by the way, like you guys need to understand, like, this is how I see it. It's that thing of like, I had it right in my head and it just gone. This age thing is like getting to me. But anyways, like, it's like my body, yeah? It's like, I'm anemic.
Oh yeah, this annoys me when you say
No, it annoys me.
Okay, go.
It annoys me, the fact that I have that, because like I am like, I'm not saying I have the 100% control of my body, but what I'm saying is like, it's 100%. Do you know, like,
no, yeah, you try.
Things are functioning, like
You
I
want to
eat
have
well.
100% control.
Yeah, 100%.
But
it's like, when I say control, I mean like everything is functioning right.
Yeah.
You know, things are going well. Like, there's no reason why this is not working 100%. And when you say to me, I have low iron levels, I'm like, what
why?
what is that? Like,
Eating correctly,
it annoys me.
Yeah.
You know, so it's the same thing with my mind. You know, like, I don't like having like, it's like, we've dealt with this, let's move on. Like, I'm not gonna go back there.
Yeah.
We're gonna deal with it properly, or we're not. And that's why, like, that's
But
what
just
I mean.
like your
but
body,
everyone is different.
just like your body though, like in the sense of like,
well,
okay,
sometimes yes, but anemic, like that's
you can eat correctly and then be like, yeah,
That's
anemic.
like-
why am I anemic?
that's something else.
Your
Okay,
body's not processing.
my
iron.
body needs to. I'm gonna sort it out. Don't worry about it, guys. I'm gonna sort it out, and one day I'm gonna come through and be like, listen, guys, guess what? Made it. Blah 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 blah. But until then, but mine is. I feel like it's a lot.
No. Okay, but
you have more
remember
control
when
of
you
it.
said to me, yeah, I
You
feel like
have more-
I feel like my body fails me
Yeah, 100%.
because
Yeah,
I'm anemic. I
but-
give it. You said
but
to me,
my feelings are different.
No, listen. You said to me, I give it what it needs, and
Yeah.
it doesn't process the iron. It's
Yeah.
failing me.
Yeah.
I have control, and it annoys me.
100%
right?
it does.
But like I'm saying, the mind is the same thing.
Unless something has damaged.
No, absolutely
Yes.
not.
Unless
Nothing's damaged, by the way. You're
no. When I say like maybe like because a lot like people have like chemicals imbalance and all this.
yeah,
sort of thing.
but it's not
Like,
damage. It's the way they're made.
unless like something is not going well, like
You don't
there's no reason for me.
I don't know. I disagree with you.
Yeah,
Because
of course.
but you know what it goes back to me? It goes back to that unconscious, like trauma, pain, and different.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like, of course, but I'm not gonna go to because I'm not aware of that.
Yeah.
If I'm not aware of that, I'm not gonna be dealing with things that I can barely deal with things that I'm aware of. Forget about things that I can have no control over. But I'm like, it's just like, it's that question that you asked me, like, what do you want from life? And I always say to myself, I want more. And when I say I want more, I don't mean I want more cars. I want a bigger house. I want, money coming down my. I'm talking about I want more. Like, this body needs to be on point. Like, I walk
Mentally, physically, emotionally.
because that's literally like the only thing that I have control of. So I'm like, when I look at life, like, that's the only thing that I can control. That's the only thing that I can say
of a lot of other things too.
to a point.
Yeah.
When I'm dealing with people, you have control to a point. Like, I can talk to you, we can come to an agreement, but you can go out there and do something completely different.
But then it's same thing to a point. You don't have control of your body.
What? 100% I do. What are you talking about?
Fully you don't.
Fully I do.
Nadia, let me give you an example, right? You need to eat nutritionally to take care of your body, right?
Yeah.
But
How is that not being in control?
if you ain't got no money, how you eating nutritionally?
That's outside.
But you don't.
But that's outside.
It still affects.
It's like
The point
you
I'm trying
have
to
no
make is
control.
outside affects inside, Nadia.
100%, Sam. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm not the person that has no money to go buy food to be able to think it. I have that, so
you
therefore
might not tomorrow.
I can do it.
Things will change.
That's tomorrow. I'm not gonna be thinking about tomorrow. See, like see, she's trying to like
Think of the bigger picture.
bring me things. No, you're trying to bring me things that I have no control of. I cannot control tomorrow. I cannot control if I have no money. To a point, to a very small point, I cannot control because like, bitch. Let's go figure it out. Let's go figure out how to shake that booty real quick. Let's go figure out how to shake that booty real
Go
quick.
rubber bang.
You know what I mean? Like, let's get it started. But what I'm trying to say is like I'm not gonna be focusing on things that I have no control over it. I'm talking about like if I eat well, if I I'm not saying go to the gym because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know what the gym is, but I walk.
Doesn't believe in the gym?
I don't believe in the gym. It's not that I don't believe it. Like, I just can't
No, I'm
hack
joking,
it.
I'm joking, I'm
I just can't hack it. Yeah, I I just can't hack the gym. Like, it just doesn't go with me. But I walk quite a lot. Like, I walk everywhere.
Yeah.
So, like, the food that I eat as well, I make sure, like, I'm eating properly. Like, you know, like, this whole, like, of being able to manage, like, emotions, all that, like, for me, like, it really helps. Because, like, I'm able to, like, I feel like it just brings clarity. Because, like I said, like, my period, it used to hit me really hard. Like, there was, like, my body, like, the way, like, I used to wake up and, like, I was bloated and I just felt so big, and like because of that I couldn't wear certain clothes. Like, you know, like, so I feel like I didn't like that. Like, I like, there's one thing for you to have control of, like, what your mom is telling you, what your friends are telling you. Another thing, you not being able to have control of what's happening with yourself.
You remember something like it was a couple of weeks ago when we were in London and we were talking with the girls, and one of them said something that's kind of like what you're saying now, right? So if you don't like something about yourself, right, or you don't like something in general, there's two options that you have, right? Like, either you accept it
100%,
right, and you learn to love and live with it, or you change it.
Yeah,
those are the two options. There's no other
100%,
options, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, and that applies to everything in life.
Yeah.
Your body, your diet, like your work, everything.
Yeah. And that's why I find it, like, so important, like, because I, honest to God, like, I understand where you're coming from. Like, like, I do believe that as well. But I don't want to be on that stage where, like, I'm going to allow, you know, because, and I feel like it's that, I'm just going, like, in a whole different topic, but I'm not going to go there. I do believe in, like, you being in control. And not just in control, like, being able to manage yourself. And you can do that. We can do that. Like, because that's honestly, like, we have this big ass brain. We have this, you know, body that functions in ways that we don't even know still. And it does it by itself. So you're telling me I have this body that does all this stuff by itself, and I'm not able to manage my feelings? Hell no, Johnny. Back off. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Okay? So I very much believe in that. And for me, that's the more that I want. That is, like, my focus on it. Like, if I'm 100%, who cares if the world is falling down and, you know, I'm still gonna be here. If, of course, no one kills me. Of course, you know.
Please try not to kill me.
Of course. Please don't kill me. No.
But then I guess, like, then coming down to it, right? Like, why do you think people don't talk about their feelings? Like, why is it that we struggle so much? And how do we overcome it? Because I think we've really spoken about all these different compounding things.
Yeah.
Family, friends, the way we perceive ourselves. Like, but really, like, how do you overcome that? Like, how, like,
I think it's being honest with yourself. I feel like it's very hard, especially, like, nowadays, because, like, there's so many
honest
things.
with yourself, though? Like, what does that mean?
I mean, like, because there's so many things going through your head. There's so many reasons why you think this could happen. But when you kind of, like, just stop and you ask yourself, like, okay, so I want to be a doctor. Yeah. And maybe, I don't know, I'm not doing the right things to be a doctor. How can I change that? And because you're not doing the right things to be a doctor, maybe, you know, you might feel a type of way. Like, this is the example that I'm giving you guys. Like, it can be different things. Yeah. Because normally, like, for you to feel down or whatever, is normally, like, your expectations aren't going with your reality. What you want and what you want from life isn't agreeing with your reality.
Oh, with the expectations.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's you bringing yourself back to your reality. It's
biggest merit of failure. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like saying, literally, like, this is what I have. This is what I can do, and focus on what you can do instead of focusing on, oh, if, you know, he said this, she said that, or maybe I want, like, I get it. You want to be rich, 100%. Like, if I could, I would give you the richness. However, you need to do this. 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 Because we need to realize, like,
but even when you do this, it might not work out.
It might not be work out.
It might not get
but,
there.
But it's you realizing, like, it's like for you to get to, you know, from A to B.
Yeah.
there's a whole path you have to go through.
Yeah.
And nowadays, like, we don't want to go through that path. We just want the results.
You might never get through to that path.
Yeah.
So like it's you're 100% right.
It's the
I think
reality,
it's like you're rooted in your own reality.
Yeah.
100%.
Because I feel like we're so afraid. Like
build a vision.
Yes.
Have a dream that's bigger than
than
yourself.
100%. You want to be
Absolutely.
a president. You want to be, I don't know,
Shoot for the stars.
Yeah, 100%. Like, shoot for the stars.
It's the only way you're gonna push yourself to succeed. But
bring it down to what you can do and build it up from there.
In that navigation, like consistently be real with yourself.
Yeah.
And like,
and I feel
like be in your own reality, your own what you are in control of.
Yeah.
What surrounds you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you can do both.
Yeah.
You know, you can dream big, but also understand that like this is where I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like me being like, oh yeah, I was trying to think of like a goal and like there's no goals in my life.
It's like
Apparently I have no goals, guys.
she had no goals. No, it's like you have never ever touched a car before, like in your life.
Yeah.
Never. And then someone comes, you see someone walking past and they're driving, and you're like, I want to do that. And what do? You go, you buy a car, and you get into the car.
You're gonna crash the car. You've never driven.
And even if you don't crash, like the whole time you're driving that car, it's gonna be a lot of anxiety. You're gonna be like struggling, like you're gonna be sweating. You're gonna be like, like you're gonna be a wreck. And it's I feel like that's what people are going for. Like, it's like they want the success, but they don't wanna like learn the path. Like they don't wanna do the right stuff.
I think a better example is like sometimes like a dream that's bigger than yourself. Like if I'm like a performer or a singer, right? And I say to myself like, I want to sell out the O2 Arena.
Yeah.
Right? I'm saying it right now, I don't have a single song out. Nobody knows who I am, right? It is like a dream that's like out of my reality right now. It's way out of my reality, right? Understanding like I'm going to work to get there, but it's possible for you to get there.
Yeah, 100%.
It's possible for you to sell out the O2 Arena. It's not impossible.
Everything is possible.
But right now, it's not within your realms of reality. You're not going to be able to sell tickets for the O2 Arena. You're not going to be able to book it right now.
Yeah.
But you will get there. You just need to put the pathway to get there.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. And what happens is people fall into like disappointment. Remember when I said to you, like, I don't get disappointed anymore because I expect the worst.
Yeah.
And that's honestly a sad reality of the place that I've fallen into.
Yeah.
And I think like the things that I've been through and the people that have been around me have kind of like, I guess that's why I've just seen too much disappointment to allow myself to ever be invested that much to be like allow it to control how I feel, right? And so actually,
but you do in a way allow it to control how you feel because
not really, because I'm
your
not feeling
is disappointment.
When somebody like does something great or like surprises me, like I'm genuinely happy and surprised. It's a nice feeling. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then when they don't do that, or like when they do something that does disappoint me, I don't feel any type of way about it because I had no expectations of you at all. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So it was like, it's all right. It's cool. At least you tried. It didn't work out.
Well done, Johnny.
Or like, you never really intended for me to, but you know what? It's all right. It's not that deep. Like, I'm not going to take it personal.
Yeah.
I don't have that expectation of you.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually really nice not having expectations of people at all.
No, but not having the expectations is one thing. Not having, expecting them to do the worst, like, expecting them not to do it.
Harsh. Yeah. I'm not expecting them to do the worst, but I think I'm not expecting anything of them.
That one. I think
so.
That needs to be.
So when people disappoint you, it's like
I don't think anyone should have expectations. It's like who are you to have expectations about other people?
We're humans.
No, but who are you to have expectations about Johnny? I think Johnny's allowed to live his life the way he wants to live. Now, if it does it for you, well done, Johnny. If it doesn't, then you have. No,
we are allowed to have expectations of people.
Yeah, no, I feel like people do have it, but I honestly believe like they shouldn't be there because the problem with expectations, you start judging the person, and the problem with judging, you're not looking at the person anymore. You're looking at that picture.
I can expect, like if I live with you, I can expect you to respect my space. I can expect you to pay the rent on time.
Respect.
I can have these expectations of you, right?
Yeah, but that's
right.
Yeah, I feel like that's not really like that's like something like, okay, you live here.
No, it's an expectation because when they don't do it, right, I'm gonna be pissed.
It's like you live here, of course you're gonna pay because if you don't, we're gonna kick you out. Like it's as simple as that.
No, but
okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like your brother, right?
Yeah,
he doesn't pay the rent this month because he was doing other things, right? You had an expectation of him, so you get angry, you get
100%.
disappointed at him.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? But if
It is
you,
annoying.
in your head, thought to yourself, oh, he's never going to pay the rent anyways, you never had that expectation, right?
Yeah.
When he does, you'll be like, oh, look, you paid up today. Okay. Is it all right? But you know what? But I think that should be a base expectation anyways. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just think as humans, we choose like how we navigate things.
We choose who to put those expectations on. And I honestly feel like the expectations shouldn't be on the person, it should be on yourself.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to relationships. It's like, I want a guy that is funny and I get a dry guy. Like, you're not going to stand there and trying to change the dry guy because he's dry. You're going to like expect yourself to remove yourself of that, equation and go find a funny guy. Because you want to laugh. Johnny, I want to laugh.
But nah, I think you're right 100%. Like, you have to be rooted in your reality because, like,
Yeah.
I mean, you can sell out that OT arena one day, but it's not in your reality. And if you make that your reality, like, if you tell yourself, if I don't sell out the OT arena, I failed, then you're going to be disappointed. And there's no point in that.
And I feel like when you're rooted in your reality, you'll easily be able to understand what is going on.
This is true. Oh my God.
You'll more be able to like to go to your friends and be like
deep diving
into reality. But then again, the problem with the reality is my reality is different from yours because you see, I'm just different and you're obviously different as well. And so what if we have different realities? Like, how are we be able like to compromise in there? I'm just wondering, like,
and
how
it's the
does
whole
it
thing
work?
of like, actually don't try to understand other people's
oh my goodness, oh my God, girl.
Stay within your realm.
Sauce. She said it, like,
100%.
Stay in your world. Like,
I don't care how long you've known somebody,
100%.
how well you think you know them.
100%.
We'll never know or
You
understand
could be a
their reality.
killer for all you know. I mean, like, how many people? You're laughing. It's the truth. Like, you could be with your husband for 10, 20 years. One day that guy will wake up and he's a different person. Like, he's divorcing you. He is the kid. He don't see no kids no more. Like, you ain't nothing to him. So it's like, I don't think like you should every day, like you should definitely be rooted in your reality, as in like you should be there observing that person, making sure he don't know him. Because if he tries, Johnny's gonna get him.
Nadia reads too many books and watches too much film.
Anyways,
so I don't know who Johnny is and who.
I feel like Johnny is part
who
of.
we've been acting at this entire couple of.
I feel like Johnny's gonna be part of a podcast now, guys. I feel like we're gonna be putting like Zamzam, Nadia, and Johnny.
Who Johnny is, but we're gonna find a Johnny.
Do you know Johnny could be anyone at this rate?
I know, 100%.
Johnny could be anyone. Like I'm telling you right now, Johnny could be anyone.
It's like how they use Joe Blogs as like a standard name. I feel like we use Johnny as a standard name now.
It's just Johnny. I feel like Johnny is just like.
Johnny will always be a part of the show.
he's there.
It's just a very like.
You need to have a bit of imagination. If you have a bit of imagination and if you're rooted to your reality, Johnny will be there. But no.
Nah, it's exactly. People are seeing Johnny on the screen right now.
I feel like they are.
Yeah, 100%. They are. They're seeing it, and they're gonna tune in to all our episodes to chat to Johnny.
Yes, Johnny. Johnny's so excited. I know you can't hear him, but Johnny's so excited right now. He's like jumping up and down. He's like, "Woohoo! Well done, guys!"
Nah, I think we had a good conversation on like I think there's a lot more. Just touched on mental health. We haven't dived into it. And I think
yeah. There's a lot more there,
and like talk about.
And I think we will. Yeah. Not just with ourselves. I feel like we're gonna like. But like definitely bring other opinions.
I want to hear from other people.
Yes, please, guys. Definitely, like, do not be afraid, because I feel like
tell us what you think. Tell us.
I feel like we'll be able to bring you into this conversation as well.
Story, like 100%. I would love to like
when you comment,
think about things from a different perspective, and like actually, if you disagree with some things that we
said, like please do. Like I don't mind people disagree with me, because like I feel like we're here to live and we're here to learn, and like. I know I might look perfect. I get it, guys. I get it. I give those vibes.
Yeah, please tell Nadia if you disagree with her. She needs
but
to hear
I'm not.
She needs to be humble.
I am not. So please be honest and tell us what you really think. And
we'll see you in 2 weeks.
And be afraid, because if you're harsh, Johnny will get you.
Okay, anyways, forget Johnny.
Bye.
We'll see you in 2 weeks in the next
That is actually so
episode.
rude. Forget Johnny. Johnny will get you.
We'll see you at the next
Thank you
episode.
so much,
Bye.
guys. Mwah.